there's something wrong maybe with everything I'm doing.
Probably. I mean, I think there's something wrong with everything you're doing in life. Welcome back to another episode of Reality Court. My name is Ace Fanning, and I feel like right now I am a news anchor talking as a news anchor at...
Like Rick Leventhal.
Yes. This is Rick Leventhal reporting. Yes. We are on the scene now. Yes. Thank you very much. Over to you now. Okay. Anna Quincoces, former Real Housewife of Miami, and now she has had a fall from grace because she's sitting here with me.
I don't know. To me, that's a promotion, baby.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. That's such bullshit, and I appreciate that, though. I love to be lied to. I really do. Like, people are like, oh, I don't want to be lied to. Please lie to me. Like,
at this point in my life, I want to be lied to.
Yeah, you know? Just pretend that you like me. Just pretend that you care about me. That's all. That's all I need. Guys, we're burning the midnight oil right now.
Yeah. For you guys. And I feel like I look like a haggard piece of shit, you know? But that's okay because this isn't about me and how beautiful I am. It isn't.
But if you wanted to tell me I looked good, that'd be fine.
You do look good.
Thank you.
Listen,
the hair.
I appreciate... Do you have 3 children under 2?
Yeah.
You know that it's fucking crazy, right?
Crazy.
So I do appreciate that at 18 p.m.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You are here.
I'm just grateful that I have the East Coast times that I get to watch this shit.
Yeah,
you know? Otherwise, we'd be doing this at 3 a.m. your time.
Right.
So
which would be fine for me.
You don't ever sleep. I get text from Anna and it's like midnight my time, and then it's like, I'm like, what time is it for you? 3 a.m.
3 a.m. Last night, for instance, 3 a.m.
That's too much. Guys, we're back with the Real Housewives of Miami Reunion Part 2. And Part 2. And I gotta say, it's just as good as Part 1. Like, usually I feel like Part 2 is kind of like, we might slip a little bit into more of the boring conversations, and then we really end on a strong note with Part 3. But I'm just as happy. I feel just as fulfilled right here, right now.
I know that Part 1 was that whole big, bombshell, but I thought Part 2 was fantastic.
Amazing. And we start right where we left off. We're figuring out what the hell was going on between Adriana and Julia, which once again, Adriana is just doing herself zero favors. She's like, she doesn't even use her real name. And it was like, she went from Julia to Julia. Come on.
Like I could call myself Adrienne.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I used to think it was her, lack of, or too confused about too many languages. But honestly, I just, some people just can't help themselves. Yeah.
Right. She's just not funny. And that's okay. Listen, we can't all be good at everything like me. I can't be beautiful, perfect, skinny, hot, sexy, all the above. Super intelligent.
Intelligent. Oh my
Super intelligent, I was listening back to our episode with Special Forces. I was playing it for my wife, and I got such a kick again out of the Jussie Smollett Neva Marcel affair.
Me and my conspiracy theories, it's like the man is a flaming homosexual. It's like he doesn't skew that to me. You know what I mean? You're more gay than he is.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I'm more gay than most gay men, So
by the way, this is a little offensive, but it's my specialty. I saw something on Instagram the other day. Have you ever heard the term straggit?
No.
It's a straight agate.
Oh. Well, here's the thing. That word, I think, has been taken back by them. Like, they're like, oh, we own this now. Mm-hmm. I think. Don't quote me on that. But no, I'm totally, for sure. That's me 100%.
That's what you are?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, before we start this episode, we want to give a couple of shout outs here, guys. We apologize for how late these are. We aren't clued in on everything. We don't know everything that's going on.
Yeah, because we don't have retreats and things like that.
What's a retreat?
Well, you know,
yes.
how
Yeah.
how iHeart has retreats and stuff. We don't have.
Well,
retreat
you know,
and we don't-
Spotify's knocking on our back door.
Yeah, he is. And you love a back. No, I love a back door.
Guys, we want to give a shout out to Be Nice to the Animals 8471, and then also Diane Map Cheek 9163. Guys, they came on. I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't even know you could do
Me
this. They came
neither.
on. They donated. Is it donating?
I guess it's a tip. It's a
tip.
It's an appreciation for what we do, and I can't talk about it much because I'll start crying.
Oh my God! You can't be crying about this. You got to pick your battles.
But it's so sweet.
It's
Ace.
incredibly nice. We're incredibly grateful. I didn't know this was a thing. We will always take just your tip. Just the tip.
But it was
and-
a night. I mean, like. It was
Yeah.
$150, between, somebody.
I was
with-
thinking like, oh, maybe you'd send us $1, and I was like,
Right.
holy shit.
Like,
couldn't
I know
believe
when
it.
Doug Buden does his Cook and Kibitz, people will send badges.
Okay.
And it's like $5 or $10, but wow, this was.
Listen,
it's
I
so
have two
nice.
new favorite listeners, and that's Be Nice to the Animals 8471 and Diane Map Cheek 9163.
First,
Wow.
I love the Be Nice to the Animals. And speaking of that, we
Yeah.
have on October, I'm going to tell you the exact date, Joanna Krupa on.
Oh, hell
Because
yes.
we're going to, she's going to tell us all the stuff she thinks about Miami, but also she's promoting her new show about animal rescue because, that is her life's passion. So,
Yes. Do you think that it's possible that when we do this with her, that she will be sexually attracted to me the way I am
I
to
think
her?
she will. I think
Okay.
she will be.
Good.
Of course.
Cool. I'm glad to hear
who the
it.
hell isn't sexually attracted to her?
Oh, no, I said sexually attracted to me.
I know, but you're attracted. I remember back when I was on the show, my brother-in-law back then, all he wanted for his birthday was for her to give him a shout out on Twitter, because back then there was only Twitter, and she did it, and I think he framed it. It's like so
Oh.
cute. Yeah.
I would too. If she even just spoke my name, I would feel good about myself. So listen, back to the reunion. We start right where we left off. We've got Adriana and Julia going after each other, and it feels good. And I have to say, I am so grateful that I'm not the only person who's like such a piece of shit, because Alexia, Kiki, Larsa, everyone's like, but like, what did you do? Did you?
You want to know something?
Yeah.
I found it. Okay.
Don't say you found it gross.
No, not that. No, I don't
Okay.
find that gross. I'm just saying that fuck is like every other word out of my mouth is fuck. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But to hear a woman say, I can't even say it.
Eat her out.
It was so gross. And it does track because Alexia has admitted that she poops or takes a dump in front of the men she's with. And
Yeah.
so that, and did you eat her out? Did she? It's like, ew. Like, it's just like, I don't know, Ace. I think you need to have some form of decorum. I said that just says a lot about her. Like, can
Anna,
you see?
you
okay.
cannot come on this show of all places and say you need to have decorum.
Okay, do you?
We
ever
have no
imagine-
decorum.
No, we don't have. No, we have no moral compass, but we do have decorum. Can you imagine your beautiful wife ever uttering those words?
No, but my wife isn't like disgusting. My
But
wife is.
but I'm not disgusting either.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that was disgusting. That was disgusting. Anyway, I just was so.
But
turned
I
off by
appreciated because I'm like, normally that's me. Normally I'm the one in the room who's like, yeah, but can we get the actual details?
Right.
And I felt glad that
It was
all
funny.
of these women were just
that.
like,
Did you like
know,
it? And Lisa going, did you?
Yeah. Did you scissor? Did it? And this is what's so annoying to me about like hookups, because I hate the word hookup.
Oh, I
What
hate it
does
too.
hookup mean? Did you
Right.
have sex? Did you make out? Did you finger blast? Did you eat each other out? What? But then lesbian sex is this extra added element of confusion because it's like we had sex. Okay, well, lesbians have sex in so many different ways, you know? Like, I don't think when someone gives somebody a blowjob, that's not sex to me.
God, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Come on.
Come on.
Sex.
It's no, it's not. If I say I have sex with someone, I would say she blew me. Now, have I ever been able to say that in my life? No, you know, just
Now, it was funny because Adriana said that. He said, did you have sex with her? She goes, she doesn't have a dick.
Right.
So
right.
you agree with that?
No. I think in lesbian sex, it's different. Lesbian sex, I do believe, is like a different kind of, they're like scissoring is sex. Eating each other out is sex. Putting on a dildo is sex. There's like so many different forms with it where like, I feel like if gay men have sex, it's penis, butt, you know, if, if a straight couple has sex, it's penis and vagina or penis and butt, you know?
Right.
But for lesbian sex, it's really open to interpretation. And I just wanted to know the answer, what all did we do in that bed?
Well, let me tell you what I think.
Okay.
I think a lot more happened than what Adriana's letting on. Because, look, if you put all the pieces together, watching this whole thing, and again, look at the mess of my notes because we just finished watching this, so I'm like writing feverishly. Mm-hmm. But, for example, at one point, towards the end of the reunion, Adriana talks about how Julia tried to seduce her in Spain. And she pinned her against the wall and said, "Stay with me." This is a situation of people that have been intimate more than once. And that's okay. Do you know what I mean? That's okay. But why are we lying about this?
Well, and especially too for Adriana, I'm like, and I know I've gotten in trouble for this before, but like, I'll say it again. And I know that Lisa Hochstein agrees with me, but like, Adriana's not married. Julia is married.
No, absolutely.
So I do struggle with that part a little bit because I'm like, well, I mean, I think for Adriana, it's more of I'm going to have to own up to the fact that I did some girl on girl action, where for Julia, it's I cheated in my relationship.
Right. I do believe that if Adriana had girl on girl action on the regular, she would say it. She's pretty sexually free. I don't think that that's the problem. I do think that it's very telling that Julia has cheated more than once. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, when somebody cheats, you have to worry about everything that comes out of their mouth because they could be, they're probably lying about everything. You know, it's part of your character.
I have to say, on those flashbacks, Adriana has had quite the glow up. I mean, she looked like, she reminded me, the transformation of Adriana then versus where she's at now was like Lindsay Lohan in 2008 when she's crashing her car versus Lindsay Lohan today. Like, I was like, wow, she was in a dark spot back then, I feel like. You know, I don't feel like she was in a good spot.
That's how Adriana always looked. No, she did. It's just that Adriana, whatever she's done, they made her prettier. Just like Lindsay Lohan.
She looks incredible. Both of my girls look incredible.
She looks unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I think that's what the problem that I have there. And then the Haitian Mortician.
Yes. Where Adriana, here's the thing. There are certain things that are like girl code. Telling us that she had an affair with the Haitian Mortician, that's out of girl code. I don't care about that. That's fine. But then to have to come out and add to it and say, you had to pay for the hotel, the champagne, and give him a coffee maker as a gift. That's not girl code. Don't talk about how I was desperate in the affair. You can tell everyone I had an affair, but be like, oh, he was so into you. He wanted you so badly. He was, licking you every which way. Not you were so desperate for it. You had to get the hotel. You had to buy the champagne, and you had to give him a coffee maker as a thank you.
Well, It's funny because last week when we spoke, I said something about a funeral director because we have, the people that are sending us things, sometimes they'll just send like one sentence.
Yeah.
And then a few nights ago, I get another email that says, my friend was one of the makeup artists and, he was drinking and he was calling me during the breaks and he said something about a mortician, that somebody had an affair with a mortician. Not Haitian mortician, just mortician. So
Gotcha.
I thought that was really kind of funny that it turned out to be true. And I wonder who the drunk, what do you call it? The drunk makeup artist is. Who do you think it is?
The drunk glam squad.
Right.
Well, you know who I know who it's not. It's not Stephanie's because, well, maybe it could be Stephanie's because they didn't go, the makeup artist didn't go directly to you because I know Stephanie's makeup artist does not like us.
No, I know, but maybe somebody that's a
yes.
it was somebody that's a friend of the makeup artist who
right.
kept
Then that
calling
makes sense.
people, giving him the play-by-play about what was going on, and mentioned I have one word for you, mortician. Yeah. That's what they said. And
I have to say, like, I would never hold up an NDA. I would be blabbing. If I was on any of these shows, I would be just, I would not be able to help myself. I don't trust me with like, if how there's people out there who have like the nuclear codes or whatever. Oh right. My God. If someone was giving me a little bit of attention, I'd be like, well, you want to know something I know? Yeah, exactly. I'm terrible. I would not be good in that situation.
No,
so we find out about this Haitian mortician, and apparently Julia has been having multiple affairs throughout her marriage with Martina, with men, with women. There's coffee makers. There's cheap hotel rooms. I mean, it's a lot. Motels, yeah. Motel, Holiday Inn.
Say what?
What? You know what? I know that you're like not white, but that was very white of you.
Really? What part?
Just all of it. Just all of it. Yeah. So okay. I have to say, Adriana doesn't usually make me laugh. I struggle a little bit with Adriana because she wants to be funny, but she's not.
Right.
But she's funny when she's not trying. And what
right.
I screamed out loud when Adriana says to Andy, she was like, I don't even know what her private parts look like.
Yeah.
Oh,
wait,
wow.
What about when she said she pet me and Alexia goes, what do you mean, like a dog? Like she doesn't know what petting is?
Well, okay, to be fair, I wouldn't call it petting, like...
Well, we don't know. That's what she was admitting to.
Here's the thing. I think that petting is... If someone's just playing with your clit, I'm still going to put that under fingering, Like, if it doesn't go in, that's fine. It's still fingering, It's... So when they're saying, like, did you guys, finger... They fingered. Sorry, fingering's really making you uncomfortable.
It is making me so uncomfortable. I don't know why. I don't know how I just turned into a Victorian lady today.
Yes, but it's okay.
I have the vapors. Okay.
Okay, so I also love, too, was it Lisa? Who said that Julia is a nympho?
Oh, somebody did. Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody did.
I don't remember now who it was, but I was like, oh, my God. She is a nympho, but I like that.
Yeah.
Really quick, this is a random side tangent because we're talking about nymphos. Finding out that my girl Kiki has been celibate since March of 24. And I'm like, girl, I've been coming for you, like this is how unattractive I am, that a woman who has been celibate for over a year is not even like remotely interested in anything I'm saying about her.
But she commented on your Instagram.
She did.
Twice.
Yeah, she did. Twice. She loves me, and I love her.
Listen, apparently Marysol introduced her to some friend that she's been friends with for 30 years in the Hamptons, very rich. Andy, you might know him. It's like, why is Marysol so full of shit?
I hate, like, I'm just, maybe because I don't know anybody, but I'm just not a name dropper. I'm not like there are people who go out in the world and they're like, oh, I'm friends with this person, I'm friends with that person. Like, just because you've had interactions doesn't make you friends.
Right.
You know, or because you're using somebody or somebody has something to offer you. I wouldn't consider that to be your friend.
Right.
That's where I struggle.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. But I think that Julia, I think that for me, the worst part of the reunion, the part that almost made me cry, and you know it's not hard for me to cry.
Oh my God.
It's when
you got to get your hormones checked.
I've always been a really emotional person, Ace.
I know, but I'm telling you, I feel like lately we've really been hitting
I'm not going to cry anymore. I'm just saying that I feel like it, but I'm sucking it up.
Okay.
When Andy said, does Martina know? And she said, I told her, did she know you were going to say this today? Yes, I told her. And what did she do? She cried. Imagining Martina crying made me really sad. It didn't do anything for you?
No.
Okay.
Because here's the thing.
This woman is
she told Martina because she's like, Martina's not going to remember this in 10 minutes. You know, she's
Ace,
like,
you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You know what? Martina, she's a superstar. She is an icon. And this woman is publicly humiliating her on this ridiculous platform. It's sad, Ace. It is sad.
It's so sad. I feel so awful. I feel so bad.
Okay,
I don't really care.
At what
I gotta
point-
say this. I feel like Martina is one of those, you know, I feel like she likes to watch. Like, I feel like Martina's like, hey, I want to see you guys.
And
she's
you know
fine
what?
with Julia doing a little something, something, as long as she's in the room and, you know, doing the goods.
And you know what? I'm okay with that. But Julia likes to do it alone in a motel with champagne and a coffee maker. Then then that's cheating. If you agree to do this together, it's not cheating. I don't judge anybody. It's not for me. I'm too jealous for that, but fine. You know, if that's
I want to
your
put
thing.
this out into the world. If the Haitian Mortician is by chance coming across reality court, one, we would love to interview you. If that's too much,
God,
number two, I would just love to know what coffee maker it was. Like, are we talking just like a standard hotel coffee maker? Or are we talking like a full blown like the like Nespresso? I don't know what they're called. I don't drink coffee. What are the really fancy ones that come in a little cup, like an espresso,
an espresso
machine,
whatever? Yeah.
Yeah. What are we talking about here? Like, what kind of coffee maker are we
Maybe
going
it's just
after?
a Mr. Coffee, like $13.99 at Walgreens, you know?
That would be terrible.
No, I think she bought her with Martina's money, one of those DeLonghi ones that are like $700, like the one that Doug Buden has that makes cafe au lait and makes
good. That makes me happier. Because I'm telling you, like, I think if someone was like having sex with me in a motel, I would probably qualify for like a Mr. Coffee.
Oh,
you know?
By the way, I meant to ask you this.
Yes.
When we go on Jeff, okay, do you want to stay at Doug Buden's Airbnb? Not Airbnb, his bed and breakfast.
Obviously, I would love to, but I'm also one of those people who assumes that I am just a burden to everybody in the world.
By the way, you pay for it, so.
Okay, but I know, but it's still just like a burden to be like, well, I could have someone here who is super famous and whatever, or I could have you're taking up a fucking room.
No, I'm talking about he would have you or nobody because he only has one room. Not everybody stays there. Brittany stays there. She likes to stay there. And Vicky has stayed there. But most people prefer the hotel. But I would stay there because he gives you such a nice breakfast.
Would you and I share a bed?
No, there's only one room. I would sleep with Doug.
You know what? Something I've always said, like, I could never share a bed with anybody other than my wife because I wake up in the night and I'm just like,
What?
Yeah.
What does that mean? You want to have sex?
Yeah, but I don't even realize when it's starting. Like I'm kind of passed out.
Does she like go like this, or does she always acquiesce? Another word you've never heard of.
I was like, what the fuck is acquiesce? She acquiesces for sure. No, she's down and stuff, but I just
she's
like
so awesome, that woman.
Oh,
God,
she
I
is.
love
but
her.
I think she's also like, listen, this isn't gonna take that long.
Right,
you
I know, but
do what you gotta do.
Still, she's
But I sometimes like I'll wake up and it's like I'm like going after her breasts, her breast.
What and they're probably leaking right now. Leave her alone.
I'm not. No, not right now. We're not past the 6 weeks of giving childbirth.
Well,
I'm respectful.
I got pregnant during those 6 weeks.
Really?
Yeah,
you
my
were just
kids
on
are
it.
only 10 and a half months apart.
You were on it.
Yeah, it was weird.
You did not wait to go to the doctor and get the
It was
A-OK.
so embarrassing to tell people that I was pregnant. So embarrassing.
You were just that horny. When my wife had to get her circlosion, they were like, yeah, just you guys, when she had the emergency one, they were like, listen, you can't have sex. Like, things are very sensitive right now. Like, we don't want you having sex. And I was like, okay, like, cool, understood. And then they like look at me and they're like, that includes anal sex. And I was like, what? Like, why am I on a radar here? Like, I'm not going to make my wife have sex with me. Like, my wife is probably relieved. Like, hell yes, thank God. Like, I don't have to be with this disgusting
is
man.
Too personal. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I do apologize.
No. This is too personal.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
For a straggit, it sounds
Yes.
like you have a lot of sex. What's your average, per whatever week?
As we add kids to the list, it goes down.
Let's say just a general average over the years.
I would say like 2 to 3.
Wow.
2 to 3 times a week. Yeah.
That's good. That's
Thank
not
you.
bad at all.
No. But as you add kids to that, we're dwindling down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're both just like, leave us the fuck alone.
You guys, if you're listening to this,
yes.
I know it's late, but please wait till the end because I have such a bombshell.
Oh, a bombshell.
Oh my God. And it's not even about the reunion. It's a bombshell. I've heard it from 3 different people.
Oh,
it's
hell
alleged,
yes.
but it makes so much sense. And I believe it to be 100% true. So stay tuned because it's a good one.
I don't even know what it is,
you
and
don't.
I already
You
believe
don't.
it 100%. I believe it 100%.
Well, let's be honest. All the
Yeah.
things that I've predicted have been true
Right.
up to now. So, I mean, I don't make it up. I do get information from you guys, but I try to verify as much as possible.
I don't. If I say something on here, it's completely
You've
just.
never
I don't
even checked the email. You don't even have the password.
No, but I'm saying more so like if I come in with something and I'm like, it's true. I 100% know. That means I don't know anything. I just make it up on the spot, basically. Our sincerest apologies about the technical mishap. My computer dropped it, but anyways, I turned the lights on and I don't feel like I should have because now I feel like you can see that
but it
I'm
was getting
more of a mess.
but it looked really dark in there, so I'm glad you did. So I could see your beautiful face. All right.
Thanks. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yes. So, listen, back to the reunion. We got to stay focused.
Focused.
This is important stuff that we're doing here. This is, Rick Leventhal reporting live from the Real Housewives of Miami reunion.
Do you want to talk about the Versace Mansion?
Yes. And you know what? I appreciated, I know that you have your differences with Alexia, but more so Marysol. I appreciated when Alexia was like, I understand, like, the Versace Mansion, that's hot. Like, that would be hot. Like, I would too, understandably. And I appreciated that.
No, look, I understand you appreciated that, and that was the purpose of it. Don't you get it? The purpose of it is for the guys that were watching think like, oh, she's so hot. That's Alexia's thing. It's fine. It's fine. But like, it's just so predictable. And I really, my problem isn't that much with Alexia, although I'm a little disappointed with her in this episode because she said stuff that I've never even heard her say before, like eat her out and shit like that.
You've got to get past this
She
eating her
doesn't
out
talk
thing.
like that. I've never heard her talk like that. Okay.
Okay, but like, what grosses you out about eating out? Don't you like to get that done to you?
Yes, but Ace, it's just the way that she said it. It's just not. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. It was weird. It was like if,
you know what? I will say this: there's a difference between who I am here and who I am when I am in sexual relations, and you say stuff sometimes that like later,
but she
like
wasn't having sexual relations.
No. I understand that, but I'm just saying like it's like it's kind of the same because we know Alexia on the show, and then we got to hear this part, and it was a little bit more jarring from what we've heard from her. But sometimes I say stuff where I'm like, did I really say that?
Yeah.
You
and
know?
listen, I had a friend in law school that used to call it. He used to say that there's a part during sex, and he called it piece of shit syndrome, right? That you are so into it, so turned on that at that moment somebody hands you a piece of shit and you will eat it.
Okay.
You know, that moment right where like you're just about to finish, he says that he would eat a piece of shit if they gave it to him.
Okay. That's
right. A lot.
I say some wild stuff sometimes, you know, but
Ace, please.
I'm not going to eat shit.
One. Just one. Oh my God. Incontinence, I peed a little bit. I need to pee.
Oh, God. This show is like, I mean, not that we were higher up before, but like we've really sunk into a new low here. You just wet yourself.
Ace.
Yeah.
What?
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, I feel like normally I'm like, you know, I'm the fun guy. I do that stuff. But sometimes, like, in the moment, I'm just like, you want this fucking cock right now? It's like, what? Like, who was that? You know, like, what the fuck? Who was that?
There was a guy.
Yeah.
A long time ago that used to say, "Do you deserve it?" Do you deserve it? Do you deserve it? And I'm like, yeah, I deserve it. It's like, say you deserve it. Why do you deserve it?
Oh, no, I never yell or anything, but I'll just be like,
up here. Harry, do you deserve it?
leave Harry alone. Harry is a very innocent soul.
He really is. My God, this dog is so sweet.
Okay, now who's not innocent is Julia, because Julia's like, listen, we did it at the Versace Mansion, we did it in the Hamptons, and then Adriana's like, I mean, yeah, we've kissed a couple times here and there, but then Adriana later comes on and is like, we've done it a lot, like we've hooked up a lot. I'm like, well, Adriana, you've got to pick a story here.
Right.
Have you guys been scissoring, licking, flicking all over the place, or are you just saying you made out and got petted one time?
Right. I believe. I hate to say this. It pains me, but I believe Julia.
Same.
Yeah,
Oh, for sure.
I believe Julia, and you know, I blame Julia because she's the one that's married, and she's married to somebody that's pretty amazing, and I hate that. Oh, yeah. You know?
Here's my thing, and Adriana is coming on, and she's acting like the victim in this situation because she's like, we saw in the unseen footage where she's like, don't make me say it. Well, during the reunion, they called it unseen footage, but they were like, she's like, don't make me say it. Don't make me say it, whatever. And then later she's like, that's not what I was going to say. I'm like, well, then tell us what it was you were going to say. Because it was absolutely this.
Yeah. Listen, there's a lot of people that have been left with a lot of questions about this because of the very, very shoddy editing by Purveyors of Pop. They are known as being horrible editors. They're lazy and they do shit work, and I will say that. I'm
just irritated at how much unseen footage we're getting.
Right. This since season 2. When season 2 happened, that I had my whole issue with Leah, something I so much regret because it was all manipulated by Marysol and I'm an idiot. I had a file. I brought a file. According to my daughters, I am the person who started the receipts on Real Housewives.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it had never been done before. I had a file this big. And I sat down and I got my file and I put it behind a pillow. Okay? Mm-hmm. And then Leah said something to me about the stupid little closings from your office, and I went like, speaking of financial institutions, let's talk about your federal tax liens. You know, like that whole thing happened. When we saw it, you know, on air, it was a completely different thing. And so the file would appear, the file would disappear, the file would appear, disappear, and nobody ever got an explanation. What was in the file? Nobody told anybody what was in the
annoying.
file. Okay. So this season, here we go again, right? The scene, the unseen footage when Anna went there and flopped at the Mamacita luncheon. I talked about it a year and a half ago.
Guys, she's not going to let the Mamacita
but
brunch
let me
go.
tell you something, because I do have to say this about Julia. And I think it's dirty that they did this. They were never going to show that footage because that footage made Marysol look really bad. Again, you look at it and she is yelling, completely unhinged at Marysol, gesturing at me. Did you say it? Did you say it? Right? They put it out of context, but they're using it to show that Julia's unhinged, not just when she threw the water. No, in that instance, Julia was triggered by something very tragic that happened to her, and that's why she was unhinged. And it is not fair to the audience to not explain why Julia, and why does Julia not explain it? Because now she's besties with Marysol and Alexia. So we're never going to get the real truth. That's why you all need this show.
I have to say, too, because some people were upset in our comments that were like, wait, you're not going to tell us what it was either. But the reason that we're not is because it involves somebody who is not in the public eye, and it was a very, very hurtful thing. And I know it doesn't seem like we have any dignity around here, but we do have some dignity. And so, therefore, we don't feel like it's our place to say it. And it didn't air, so it's like we would just trust us in the fact that like, you don't want to know.
And I am grateful it didn't air. Just know that it was vile, and that Marysol's a vile person. She has shown us over and over again. I mean, you know, like, you don't even need to know what it is. Look at Julia's reaction. Okay? Right. She said something awful. That's it. So I'm sorry.
Do we know, is Marysol really going to get her knees done?
Okay, so, you know, the fact that she's trying to garner the sympathy of the audience with that stupidity, okay?
Yeah.
It is not a surgery, okay? She called Dolores, and Dolores is like a brand ambassador for something called Reunion, which is just a little laser, or it's like a little fat transfer thing. But the funniest thing in the world is that she actually said that she believes that her best feature are her gams. Gams, she called them.
What's a gam? Where's your gam at? Do I have a gam?
Gams. Look up the word gams. Look it up.
Gams.
It's only something waspy people say. Her and the Rat Pack, who you don't know who it is either.
What is gam slang for? A person's leg, especially an attractive female leg. Why do we call it gams?
Because she's trying to be like, you know what I mean? She's hooked on phonics. Oh, another email that I got. Yeah. Apparently someone was on the plane sitting near Alexia heading to the reunion. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
She was reviewing words, vocabulary words. She had a list of vocabulary words. The person was, like, wherever she was sitting, either she was directly behind her or at an angle, and she was poring over vocabulary words. And I really, really, really admire that effort.
Yes.
Because, you know, I think she was a little better. I think she used some words there that she hadn't used before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you know what? We're talking about affairs. We're talking about coffee makers. We're talking about all this. And yet nobody has mentioned the most awful thing during this entire reunion. And I was just like, is anybody else clocking this? Is anybody else realizing how fucking dirty this is? And that is Adriana's shapewear in the back of her dress. Just fully out. Fully hanging out.
Corset.
her corset just fully hanging out of her dress.
Well,
and I thought, who let you get on stage in that outfit?
Well, she thought she was going to be sitting, and she didn't think it through when she was going to make the presentation of another gift. But I will tell you that when you're on those shows, you need something to clip your mic pack to. So a lot of people would wear Spanx or things underneath, or some of us wore Spanx because we needed Spanx.
Right.
And,
me too.
So funny. You know what? Alexia used to pretend she didn't wear Spanx because, she has hang-ups about so many things. So you know what she used to do? She used to wear, I learned this trick from her. She would put on the Spanx and would wear a thong over the Spanx so that when you would look at the dress, you would see a thong and think, oh, it's just a thong and a really tight butt. And she was wearing Spanx under the thing. And I only saw that because at a photo shoot we had in that season when she wasn't a housewife but wanted to be in all the photos, she was wearing a dress that was 2 sizes too small, as per usual, and the thing ripped in the back, and then I see Spanx and a thong over it, and I'm like... It's kind of genius, though.
I mean, that's what I do when I wear my Spanx.
I thought it was funny. But yes, so I think that she wore the corset. She could have worn regular Spanx, but I think she wanted to give herself more of a waist. And I don't think that she thought of it. But if the dress is very loose, you don't really have anywhere, and it was a low back. So she needed something to clip that on.
Then you need to be consulting with someone and be like, hey, is this a good idea? I'm like, no, think about the logistics of it. I felt like the problem is a lot of people look down on Miami. There's a lot of fans who don't watch Miami for a myriad of different reasons that they tell themselves.
Myriad.
Thank you. I was also reviewing my vocabulary on the plane over.
Myriad.
Listen, this is the crazy thing about me is I had a 4.0 all through high school and college, but it's in Arizona, so it's not like it meant anything. Yeah. I'm still stupid.
You do the same thing Beva does. Beva loves to do the dumb brunette bit, and she is so smart. She is so fucking smart.
No, there's 2 things here. One, I believe that I am smart in different ways. But number 2, when you're doing a podcast, you're going so quickly and you don't want there to be dead air that you don't have time to think. Right. And so sometimes these things come out and you're like, I think that's right, but I don't even have time to think about if that's right or not because I have to keep going.
Right. Like our constituents.
Our constituents, yes. It sounded right in the moment. But listen, I just feel like I would love to be a housewives concierge consultation kind of person. I want to come in and I want to coach you. I want to make sure that you're going to look good. I want to make sure you're going to say the right things. First thing I'm telling Adriana is you can't wear that fucking dress. Right. You cannot do this. But when she's wearing that dress, I feel like it was the perfect depiction of why some people say they don't watch the show because they're like, it feels like they're broke. Yeah. And she went out there in that dress full confidence and she should not have.
I don't know. Because when they were doing this thing, right? Alexia's armor breastplate, okay? That wasn't very well thought out either. I don't think that they look broke. I think that you overestimate how much attention to detail there are at these reunions. Not much has changed. You each get your room, but you share it. Like I shared mine with Marysol at my reunion. Okay. Alexia was, again, people don't remember this, but she was not a housewife that year. She was a friend. Yeah. And so she didn't have a room, or she had a room. I don't know where her room was. So they had me and Marysol together, and it's like, it's not like anybody checks anything. I used Melissa Gorga's makeup artist because I thought he did a good job, and he made me look like an Oompa Loompa because I was completely orange. I also looked like I was going to do a TED Talk.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. 100%. I just feel like if I'm a housewife, I want to make sure that I'm going to look my best. So I'm going to make sure that people around me are paying attention to the details that maybe I am missing. And to put on that fucking dress and have your corset showing like it was, I mean, it was bad. It was really fucking bad.
Well, okay. So, if I imagine if you were that person, like that kind of housewife whisperer, that you would be like that guy that LVP that does all of LVP's parties. The she. You would be that guy.
I don't always have the best filter,
Really?
So I have 5 older sisters. And if they show up in something that's like weird, I'm like, what the fuck are you wearing? And that's.
I wouldn't care if you said that to me at all.
Thank you.
No, I really
appreciate
do.
that.
My brother, when I was pregnant, when I was pregnant, I would come out or whatever, and I would be wearing something. I say, "Does this make me look fat?" And he would say, "You are fat," right? Like just like that. And then one day I was wearing this like purple, and I thought it was really pretty. I had some like big event to go to, and it was purple, kind of velvet or whatever. And I go,
yeah.
I said, how do I look? Does this look good? I mean, I think I saw it. I think it looks good. I don't think. He goes, where does it say Ringling Brothers on the side?
I was gonna say, did he call you the purple monster from McDonald's?
No,
I don't remember what his name
Grimace.
is.
It was like was so awful, and I used to just laugh at that stuff,
Okay, so back to the reunion. Again, we can't stay focused on anything, but we get into all of this, and it's Andy's like, I talked to Julia before. She wants to make up with you. Adriana, they both want to make up with each other, and they're both saying they love each other. And I'm like, you don't.
No,
you don't love each
you
other. Julia's saying, like, I felt like I was a prisoner of hers. I had to do whatever it was she said. Otherwise, she was going to make me look bad. And I have her to thank for being on the show. And I will say, I do believe that. I do believe that Adriana was constantly like, you better do this, or I'm going to tell people about this.
I found a little shocking that she wanted, as a storyline, to say that she was going to leave Martina for her. Remember? Apparently.
That was a lot, yeah.
But you know what? I'm not saying that it's true. I'm saying that I wouldn't doubt it. A lot of people believe that in order to get on these shows or to stay on these shows, they have to have something dramatic. Years ago, it was just like a little thing. Now, they're big things. There's affairs and eating out and like all that.
Can I say, though, like, if that storyline had happened, I would be in hog heaven.
Right.
To have one housewife, the first lesbian housewife, leave her spouse for another housewife or friend of housewife. Like, that would be fucking art.
That would have been good.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah, that would have been good. I get it.
So we come to no resolution with these two. We're not going to fix this.
No.
I think that they're both going to be off the show.
No.
I don't think Adriana's going to be asked back. I don't think Julia's going to be asked back.
And Gertie?
I think Gertie's going to be asked back.
Me too. I think
Gertie's going to be asked back because I think, one, we want Gertie to come back, but two, I think they're going to look really shitty if they treated her like shit at the reunion, and then they're like, also, we're getting rid of you. Like, we're going to silence you again.
Right.
So I think that Gertie will come back.
And I'm so glad.
And I do think that, I think that Gertie really changed this season,
How do you not change when you're facing death?
Well, I mean, that was kind of last season that she was.
You really think that once you have cancer, you don't every night of your life stay awake thinking that there are these dormant cells in your body that could come up at any time?
No, I mean, I don't have cancer, and I think that all the time anyways. Right, but I assume that I'm going to die every day because I am a hypochondriac. But I just feel like she and And I hope next season, if they bring Dr. Nicole back, then it's like Gertie has somebody with her. You know, I don't like, even if I don't like a housewife, I don't like when a housewife's on their own. That's why, like, with Katie, why I feel like I'm so triggered in Orange County. Because I'm like, she can't be completely on her own. I don't like that. And that's why when Tamara's now going to go for Katie.
Right? I love that.
I'm here for it because I'm like, I want someone on her
Yeah.
side. I don't like when one housewife, because then it's like, how do we interact with that housewife if nobody else is going to interact with them? It's like, then we have to see them talk to their kids or their husband. And I don't want that. I'm not interested in that.
Right.
You know? So I hope that they do bring Dr. Nicole back.
Oh my God, yes. There is nothing people want more. My God. Invite her
because
to BravoCon
she gives us
as a surprise guest, and when they have that whole, what do you call that? That panel with all the housewives of Miami, we have a special guest and bring her on.
Yes.
It'll bring the house down.
I feel like what Dr. Nicole has is she has the money that, you know, that Stephanie has, but she has a class and decorum about her that is next level. Like Stephanie could never give us Dr. Nicole.
But I'm starting to really like Stephanie. Stephanie is the most natural. When you see her talking at the reunion, she's just natural. Like the way that she says things, she's very comfortable. You know, her explanation of things, of like about bragging and like the Super Bowl ring, and like she convinces me. I don't know why. Open your eyes, man.
Okay. The Super Bowl comment was a tough one for me because
you don't even know what the Super Bowl is.
I do know what the Super Bowl is. Thank you very much. But a Super Bowl ring, like you had to really. Here's the thing. It's like if she went to the Super Bowl but didn't go out for a single play. Then it's like, yes, you know, because she just really wants to act as though like she is self-made. Just like Larsa. Larsa coming in being like, I did this on my own.
I bought it with my own money. She bought her house
and they're
with
like,
her
wait,
own money.
but you got a settlement from Scotty and that's how you did it. I was married 22 years. It's like, okay, but like that, you know, you're not it's like when Kylie Jenner was like the first self-made billionaire under the age of 25 or whatever. And it was like, well, you know, there's a big difference.
The momager helped her, but she came up with a lot of great stuff. I'm going to ask Chat.
I fully agree with that. But I'm just saying that, like, you can't say like, when you hear self-made, that means, like, I started this business in the fucking garage and I built this to what it is now. Right. And that is not what Kylie Jenner did. And I think that for, you know, Larsa to sit here and act like she's better than these other women because she bought her house herself. Okay. Yeah. Are we sure about that? You know, and I fully agree. I think that raising kids is more of a job than any other job out there. And so I do think that, like, I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, she didn't work for that money. She just stayed home and ate bonbons. I don't think that, but I just think that it's rich to try and come for other women and put them down because you're like, I did this all myself when you did.
Do you know what I'm doing?
On ChatGPT.
Yes! God, you know me so well. I want to know what it says about me. Okay?
Oh, okay. I'd love to hear this.
Okay. No, because remember they pulled it up about Larsa.
Yes.
Okay. Ana Quincoces is a Cuban-American lawyer turned chef, television personality, author, and food entrepreneur. She worked as a real estate lawyer for about 20 years before transitioning to food and media. She has leveraged her legal and business experience in building her culinary brand. Anna was a cast member on The Real Housewives of Miami. She has published multiple cookbooks, including Modern Cuban, A Contemporary Approach to the Classics. She founded a food product line called Skinny Latina, which is carried in many retailers nationwide. She has appeared or co-hosted on a number of television and media shows, including The View, The Chew, Utilísima Puro Chef in Buenos Aires, and she has also served as a legal correspondent on networks like CNN. She also co-hosts a podcast called Reality.
Are we getting the full fucking bio here?
Well, she also co-hosts a podcast called Reality Court with Ace Fanning.
Oh, here we go. Now I'm interested.
Yeah. And they keep,
Okay, let me ask ChatGPT. Who is Ace Fanning? Sorry, no idea who this person is. Okay, thank you. So.
No, I'm sure it is. It's just so funny.
It has no idea.
It's so funny that she said that.
I love that Lisa's like, depending on who you ask, like ChatGPT. I'm like, Lisa, I love you and I want to rally around you and I want to be here for you. But to come in and be like, when you ask somebody like, ChatGPT, you lose the bit there a little bit. So, but Larsa, she's self-made.
Self-made.
Right. And her face is self-made. I saw a clip the other day of old Larsa. And again, I'm just like, who is this woman?
Right?
Who is, and she really was so beautiful before.
Yeah, she was. And now, honestly, when you called her meat face, it's just, there
terrible.
Is not a better description ever. Yes. And it's sad because she is very pretty. So there was a moment they were asking her about her boyfriend, Jeff Colby.
Right. Kobe, I think.
He is 31 years old. She is 21 years older than him.
So she's
And here's
52?
the thing about Jeff Colby. He was never in the NBA. He played in the, what was it called? G Leagues in Spain.
You're really going to ask me about sports stuff?
No, because I looked this up. And used to make about $40,000 a season. So, okay. I mean, she's going to be supporting his 31. I mean, he's really like going to be a dependent, like a child.
Yeah, I wonder if Scotty will be able to file him under his dependent.
Right. I mean, like, how do you go from Scottie Pippen to this guy that, played in the G Leagues in Spain? I mean, I don't know. No offense. I can't even hold a basketball. So
okay, but also there's something about Larsa that cracked me up, and it was I had forgotten about this, but it was when she was telling Lisa that she's a groupie, and she's like, "You're a groupie. You followed Pippen and then Jordan," and I'm like, "Hold on a second." It's important that we clarify that you were not with Michael Jordan. You were with Marcus Jordan. There's a big difference there. And the fact that she was like Pippen, Jordan, I'm like...
Yeah.
Nah,
listen,
that's
the
a big
funny
difference.
thing is that, Marcus Jordan, I really think she was really in love with him. But Marcus Jordan, all he does is sell memorabilia. Do you know that, right?
Of his dad's.
Of his dad's.
Yeah.
So what does Thanksgiving look like? Like, sign this plate, Dad. Can you sign this napkin?
Well, it's like, how some people are like, oh, I go to see my parents and I walk away with like a pantry full of shit. That's him, but that's his business.
It's pretty embarrassing. It is pretty embarrassing.
Very
She needs to make better choices. She needs to make a lot better choices. There was a moment that we saw the greatest person in all of Real Housewives of Miami, behind the scenes, Russell.
Yes.
Honestly, can we have a moment of silence for Russell? Okay.
Well, it's a moment of silence usually because he can't get a word in. But I will say, Russell is...
Everything.
I feel like Russell probably looks at himself and he's like, how the fuck did I get here?
Maybe, but he supports
Russell
her.
never... No, he fully supports her, but he's like, this is not something I... Like, I feel like all the housewives, this was something they, like, aspired to. And I feel like Russell was like... Russell didn't know what Housewives was before they were on the show. Like, not even like, oh, I didn't really watch the show or anything. Out of left field, he's like, what is this? It's a show about housewives. Like, he's like, but you're not a housewife. And she's like, no, but that doesn't matter. Like, it's not housewives and I have a business and whatever. And he's like,
he's just like a logical person. But this is what I know about him. Okay. I've spoken to him probably for a while at an event once. Okay.
Very close friend of yours.
If I called him tomorrow and said, hey, Russell, I don't know if you remember me. I was on Real Housewives, in the...
He would say, I have no clue who this is.
In the Mesozoic era. And my co-host, Ace, on a podcast, he's in real trouble. And, he needs somebody. He would run and help you. Like, I know this about him.
But that's because of how close you guys are.
No, because you could tell the fabric that he is made of, just like Jody.
Oh.
They're my favorites. I really.
Let me tell you, the fabric I'm made of is shitty and itchy.
And flammable. And highly flammable. Highly flammable. Yes.
Yes. I do. I appreciate Russell. I thought it's interesting seeing Gertie, like, because normally I feel like Gertie's like, I need to be where the action is. And this was one time where she's like, nope, I'm going to go. I'm going to be with my husband. He keeps me calm. And I appreciated seeing that because I can't think of another marriage on any Housewives franchise that seems to do even just okay.
No. That's the best marriage in the history of Real Housewives. But I'll tell you the Gertie that you saw. You may not understand women, okay? But, the things that happen to you in life affect everybody. But women, we think these things through in a different way, and it changes who we are. And I think that having Russell there was important to her because she had nobody. She was attacked by everyone. I mean, did you see how people from they would practically lunge off the couch anytime that Gertie said a word, and Gertie hardly spoke. It's really, I have never seen that level of, I don't want to say the word, but it's bad. It's bad. And I really think
We're going to say bullying?
I think it's bullying, and I think it's racism.
Oh, I was like,
I do.
We can say bullying. We bully people here all the time.
No, I think it's beyond bullying. Bullying. Yeah, I do.
So anyways, we get the shot of them. We go just quickly. Just give me 1 fucking second to talk about Kiki, please. And don't roll your eyes. Don't. I said, don't you do that. So we get Kiki's package and we talk about the relationship that she has with her dad. Is there any part of you that feels for Kiki's story? No. Oh my God.
Look, when Andy said it was so hard for you, I'm sure it was so hard for you when your father revealed right there on national TV that you had a brother, that wasn't anything. The dad is a man whore. We know that.
Okay, but doesn't that tell you?
And do we think...
My wife said, she's like, oh my God, he's like Dr. Nicole's dad.
Right. Do we think that he's the Haitian Mortician?
Maybe it's possible, or at least he's friends with him. But I just feel like, I have my best friend in the world. Her name's Zay. She came to the United States from Africa. She's a model, and she's in the same situation as Kiki of like, her mom is like, you're a whore, you're a slut for modeling, like this is gross, this is disgusting, and like just looks down on her. And so she has this whole other life that she lives outside of her mother. Like she's gonna be 30 years old soon, and like if she's around her mom, she'll dress a certain way, but then like she leaves and she dresses how she normally does. And I think maybe that's my like tie into Kiki, because I see how much it affects my friend and how much my friend feels like she just can't be herself or be accepted by the one person who's supposed to accept you no matter what. And I feel like for Kiki to get kicked out at such a young age, not even by like she's kicked out by her dad, but it's because her dad's just blindly loyal to this whore. And it's like, oh, yeah, whatever she says goes. Sorry, get out of here. Like, I can't imagine not being chosen by my parent because of some other bitch who's in the picture.
No, look, that has to have been difficult for her, but I don't know. I got off on the wrong foot with Kiki at that time at the Mamacita luncheon, and then I've continued to see the same behavior over and over again. And I think that's why I just don't really like her. And I think her story, her little girl is amazing, and I think I'm not buying the
and her son. I love her son.
I'm not really buying the celibate thing. If she's celibate, why is she going to go to the Hamptons to stay with a stranger? You know what I mean?
Well, she's going to the Hamptons and she's hoping to like see him in person there, and maybe something will happen.
Because in the Hamptons there aren't that many hotels, and it's not an inexpensive thing to do. So it's a booty call.
Well, How dare
I was thinking,
How
wouldn't
dare
it
you?
be
Yeah.
super funny if in one of these reunions they had one of those guys that do the closed captioning thing with their hands and they make those faces, like
Oh yes, like the like an interpreter.
yeah. I
Yes.
want that so much on a Miami reunion. That needs to happen. We
That-
need to.
that would be
somebody
pretty
needs
funny to have
do
to
that,
watch.
like on Instagram. They're like, I'm just giving somebody, like all these people that do.
That's great
That's
content.
great content. Just somebody that does impressions or whatever. You're welcome, because
I love when you go, like you see like at a rap concert, those
Right,
people
right.
going and they're just
yeah.
like fully
Yeah.
going. I'm like, hell yeah, I like this.
By the way,
Okay,
wait,
so-
let me say
yeah.
this. There was a part where they talked about when they were talking to Stephanie, which, you know, we expected Stephanie and Alexia to really get into it a little bit more than they did. But as I told you, apparently Marysol, they had a conversation and they agreed to, you know, limit the intensity of the confrontation. And so I think that that was really obvious. But I thought that it was funny that Stephanie came out and said that they had warned her about, they tried initially when she started the show to set her up against Adriana already. And,
Yeah.
and I thought, again, not they. There is no they. This is not something Alexia does. I'm telling you.
It's
is
Marysol.
Alexia doesn't either have the time, the inclination, the interest to do all that shit. It's too convoluted.
I feel like the thing that these women need to learn is that, and I apologize for saying this, especially if she ever comes on the show, but like Adriana is not that interesting. And if you don't feed into her, she's not going to get more
Right.
storyline. So stop having people have fights with her, because when they fight with her, they give her more attention. Like Adriana was so involved this season because of the stuff with Julia. And here we are talking about Adriana a ton, and you should have just leave Adriana where she's
Right.
at. Adriana will bury herself.
Yep.
I do
Yep.
believe that, you know, and I feel bad for saying that, because I do think that she's got a good heart, but she puts her foot in her mouth a lot. She says a lot of shitty things, and I'm sorry, but I have a really hard time moving past with Adriana the fact that she wants to cry about how hard it is to age, but she sat there and she age shames Marysol, calling her an old whore. You've got old knees and this stuff, and I'm just like,
Yeah, but Marysol
And-
shamed her first at the beginning of the season and kept her out of scenes and said that the clock was ticking, that guy that she was kissing, it's like, you better get somebody or whatever. When, you know, I don't know, everything about Marysol is fake, okay? You know, Steve seems like a very nice guy, and I want to believe it's a real thing, but I've just talked recently to a whole bunch of people that think that, too, is a lavender marriage. I don't know. But now, at this point...
For who?
From people at the Crick.
no. Oh, the
The
Crick. I don't know
Crick
what that
is the
but
Coral Reef Yacht Club, that she calls a yacht club, but it's really the Regal Beagle.
is it CRYC Crick?
They call it that. The Crick.
Oh, okay. Listen, the lavender marriage is for him? Like he's gay?
Yeah, that there's drinking buddies and that it's a lavender marriage. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that, you know what? That's fine. I would be in a lavender marriage. If I
Fine.
didn't have Ken, I think lavender marriages can be fun. But I am now going to give you the tea. Do you have anything else to say about the reunion?
No, again, I do want to give my favorite moment, and that I'm giving that to Adriana,
Okay.
which was telling us that, you know, Julia, she doesn't know what her private parts
Right.
look like. And Andy's face in that moment, just having to be like,
And she also said, I would
Yeah.
never go for you, you dirty little whore. Gotta love her.
Oh, my
Gotta
God.
love her.
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So here,
yes.
everybody get on the very edge of your seat. I don't want to oversell this, but I know this is true. I don't know for sure.
Well, allegedly we know
but
this is true.
It makes sense. So,
Okay.
when the show came back on, season 4, after the
Right.
huge hiatus, Marysol was not ever going to be part of the show. She was never even for a second considered to be a housewife, but she was never even going to be a friend. Her friend, Alexia, gave up part of her salary so that Marysol could be on the show.
What?
100%. It's what?
That doesn't feel like something Alexia would do.
She would. Yes, she would, because Marysol,
okay.
by the way, she gave up $1,000 an episode when Alexia was making 30. Okay, so it's not that big a deal.
Okay.
And Marysol works for Alexia. She works for her. She does everything for her. Alexia doesn't have to read anything. She doesn't have to do anything. By the way, it's to her detriment. If she read her own shit, she'd realize that half the shit she says is true. So they didn't want her. Do you understand? It makes total sense. The only reason she's there and the reason she kisses Alexia's ass the way that she does is because she's paying her way to be on this show.
Wow. I like that.
Love that.
That's actually the exact opposite of what we're getting with the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, where these women are like, no, drop my friend and give me more money. I'm fine with that. Like, fuck my friend. Like, wow, that really says what kind of friend Alexia is.
And I do see Alexia doing that. I do see Alexia doing that.
Was it Alexia who gave up the seat on the plane, or was it Marysol?
Marysol first, but...
So Marysol gave the seat up.
Because her boss wasn't going to be on there. Her employer.
You remember White Lotus, the season where Jennifer Coolidge, she gets offed, and she has her little assistant with her throughout the day? That's Alexia and Marysol.
Right, exactly.
I like
She's
that.
her lady in waiting. She's like all the things that we've seen that we wonder why? Why is she so you'll see her getting out of the car in Spain and Marysol's there holding her hand to make sure she doesn't fall. She grabs her purse. She carries the umbrella. She's like, "Oh, do you want to eat this?" It's like, you're on salary. She's on salary. She gives her a $10.99 at the end of the year. I love this so much. I
do love that.
Thank you to the person that shared that with me, and then the two other people who confirmed that this is true.
Also, really quick before we go, I mean, we've had huge news coming out of Miami. How we didn't start the episode with this, I don't know. But Todd is officially suing NBC, Universal, and Bravo.
For $11 million, $10 million for defamation, and $1 million for the unauthorized use of his name. The complaint is, I posted it. It's a very well-written complaint. It is a challenging case, so I am going to do an episode. It will come out this week for sure, kind of getting into the details and what the chances are of him.
This week? Today is Friday.
Well, yeah, but over the weekend. I'm going to do it over the weekend.
Oh, wow, okay.
Listen, I have... Today is not Friday, dude. You need to... It's Thursday. It's almost midnight, but it's Thursday.
I know, but they're listening to this episode and it's Friday.
No, they're listening to this episode as soon as we hang up, and I make sure that it's completely whatever. And I'm going to have Pat release it today. I told him he has to stay up. Okay. So yeah, maybe tomorrow I'll do it. I've already gone through it, and I think that people would be interested to know all the details of that. So yeah, that is big news.
I am going to come out right now. And I'm going to say that I am not in support of this lawsuit, and that my allegiance is to Bravo and NBC Universal, and I do not condone this. And if you would like to talk about it, I am not going to risk my legal integrity and my licensure of legalities as a graduate of Yale Law firm, and I don't support this idea at all.
And I want to be clear as well. I understand the way the law works, just like you, and I do know
obviously.
that there has to be joinder of these parties because the agency relationship and everything else. But I
Obviously.
don't like
Right.
that that's the way it is, because
Okay.
whatever, any wrongdoing here, it's 100% Purveyors of Pop. That has
Right.
been
Let's
my
just sue them.
experience, and that is what I believe is happening here. And it's just, you have to include them, and I hate that. I hate it because it's wrong, because it is unreasonable. It is the way the law works, but it is unreasonable to expect Bravo, with as many shows that they have going on, to know every little nuance of everything they film every day of their life. Pop is sloppy, okay? They are sloppy. They forgot to get a release from me. They then, promised all sorts of positive edits and this and that, and begged me to sign the release. Okay, this is par for the course for them. Okay, back when Leah was on, they gave Roy a special release, a different release than everybody else. I today still have a copy of that, because Roy, may he rest in peace, sent it to my ex-fiance at the time. They are sloppy. They are known in this business for being sloppy, and they should be responsible if a court of competent jurisdiction finds that somebody is responsible. It should be them. That's what I think.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying that if it comes down to it and we're at court, I'm sitting behind Andy Cohen.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, right.
I'm not sitting behind Todd. I'm not
Right.
going to sit there. Nope. I'm sitting behind Mr. Andy himself. So, guys, that was a fun part 2 of the reunion. We've still got one more part to go. I'm sure that there's going to be more funeral parlors and morticians and stuff that we've got to talk about. It looks as though Lisa and Alexia are going to go at it in regards to Lisa's dad's dying. And I'm like, come on, Alexia.
That's weird, because Alexia really does like Lisa. And I got to say that for all the fake relationships that... I forgot to speak today. For all the fake relationships that there are on that show, I do think that Alexia genuinely cares about Lisa. I really do. I really do. And so there's so much pressure on that show to say shit and do shit and stay relevant and all that. And it's like, I don't even know what we're going to see in part 3, because I feel like we've seen it all. Don't you?
Well, I'm excited for it.
I'm super excited about it. And I'm going to make you do it at this time again. You look really sleepy.
Stop.
Well, do not
cute.
go now to bed and do this to poor Caitlin.
No, I told you we're not past the 6 weeks
okay.
yet, so I can't do that. But now, wait, before we started this episode, you said something about eye patches, and I asked you if eye patches work.
And you said, work, and I said, just don't buy them.
Oh, okay. I can't wait. I'm excited. Listen, guys, don't forget, leave us a 5-star review. Go find us on iTunes, on Spotify. Leave us a review. Even if you hate us, even if you've never listened, send it to your grandma, to your mom, to your aunt, your uncle, to your ex-husband, and just say, hey, can you just do 5-star review real quick on these people? They're my best friends, and I love them, and I want to see them do well in life. Only write nice things about us in the comments. Again, I want to give I want to give another shout out to Be Nice to Animals 8471 and Diane Mapp Cheek 9163. Guys, maybe make your usernames your name, so then we can give you a proper shout out. But that's,
or just write it on
you know?
YouTube and we'll give you a proper shout out next
week. Yeah, sign it and be like, hey, this is who I am, and I love you guys
so much, guys. Thank you so much.
Yes, and if you need me to send a dick pic or anything, just let me know.
I mean, it's just a little picture.
Fuck you. Guys, thank you for listening. Court is officially adjourned. We'll be back next week on Tuesday, and then we have part 3 of the reunion. And we'll see you then. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Hurrdat. And as always, thank you, Beyonce.
Bye.
Goodbye.